Awesome.
Time to rock and roll.
All right, everybody ready?
Yay.
Yeah.
Someone is breathing on their microphone though.
That might be me.
He's a little too excited.
Hopefully not that excited.
That is too excited.
That's pretty exciting.
That's special kind of excited. That is.
Everyone check their like handouts. Some people might have some people might not. It will have your character's name on it if there is one. If not, then uh, then you're obviously not important enough.
Oh.
Some
Oh,
people might,
Nice
I'm
some
knowledge.
clearly, I'm clearly not important enough.
Okay.
some people might, some people won't. There will everyone will get some at some point, but maybe you've just not hit that point yet.
Not today, suckers.
Yeah.
Eventually, everyone will get some.
It's the code I live my life by. Right. All right. Everybody ready? We should just crack on with this.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Everyone can hear me okay?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Banging. Okay. Welcome to Exandria, the continent of Taldore. It's been a year since the defeat of Fordak the Cinder King and the rest of the Chroma Conclave at the hands of Vox Machina. The continent is still rebuilding after the destruction caused, but life is slowly returning, for most. The rural city of Kaimal, despite its reputation of being one of the seedier areas of Taldore, took in many survivors. Those whose homes were destroyed still remain, and refugee camps spill into the woodlands surrounding the city, creating a population problem within. Food shortages are commonplace for the everyday citizen, an issue that is non existent for the high rollers at the Maiden's Wish, a modest casino and the city's biggest source of income. Jaktar Kristen, the celebrity turned politician, continues life as before, living his lavish lifestyle while leaving the everyday running of the city to Prudence, his older tiefling hand, and the rest of his council. But that's how the citizens like it. His flair for showmanship as he holds regular festivals gives the people of the city hope that things will return to how they were before. Today, Jaktar is holding one of his biggest festivals yet to commemorate Taldore's liberation of the Chroma Conclave. The streets are filled with people while market stalls sell farm goods, albeit at an increased price, and children play in the streets as bards perform for tips on every street corner. One of these performers catches all of your eyes, and her song is one of the most beautiful you have ever heard. Uh, and if Shannon wants to describe her character.
Okay, so my character has dark black hair, um, and skin and bright blue eyes, and is playing a lute. I think, yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of stop to have a listen because it's uh like I said, one of the most beautiful performances you've ever heard within Taldore. As she stops, all the crowds applaud and begin to disperse as she collects what coins she's earned. You might as well put like 10 silver in your inventory,
Okay.
and you'll uh, I guess separately stayed to watch as she begins to collect up her stuff. If anyone wants to speak to her or anything, I was just trying to like get you all together. Nope, that's fine.
I guess
I was scared.
I silently just smile at the performance.
Okay,
I'm from the shadows and I also witnessed the performance.
you all watch, you all take note, and it's all pretty good. But yeah, the crowd disperses, and the rest of the festival continues to take place. Which is a strange affair considering the state that the city is in, and everyone seems to be in such high spirits. After walking around a little while, you notice the town folk all begin to gather in the center, buzzing with excitement. A roar erupts, and you all see Jaktar Kristan, the leader of the town, walk through the center, waving his hands and blowing kisses to the crowd. He's a tall human man, and his long curled black hair hangs down to his shoulders. He pulls at a short, pointed beard that hangs from his chin. His fine clothes and jeweled fingers are a symbol of his status within the city. The people don't seem to mind. He even hands out gold pieces to some of the children that were excitedly at Jesus at his arrival. At first, it's hard to understand how people could love a man like this in such a time of need, but the more you see him, the more you understand. His charisma is undeniable. You find yourself smiling as he plays to the adoring crowds. Many of the townsfolk are enamored with Jaktar's arrival, and they haven't even noticed the commotion at the back of the crowd. Before it even registers what's happening, you see a blood-soaked blade pass through the front of Jaktar's chest. A hooded figure stands behind him, wielding it. The townsfolk descend into chaos, and the screams bring back the awful memories of a year ago when the Chroma Conclave attacked. Members of the crowds, too slow to get away, are cut down by more of these hooded figures. As you get some space, you see skeletal hands wielding the blades. And I'm going to throw you all straight into combat.
Oh,
Nice.
Just let me get that going up here. Yeah, I'm just gonna move you over to the page. Some of the scales are a little bit off, but for the most part, I tried to keep the scale right. um, uh, and yeah, it's a little small, so you might have to zoom right in. You basically got a bunch of these skeleton dudes hanging around, and I'll throw you in combat. If you guys want to
yeah, you might
resize
need to
yourself.
resize me a little bit there.
Yeah. I think everyone's gonna, like I said, I like scaled it real fucking small. So everything that goes in at a really big scale.
Yeah, that's something D20 does. Roll20 does. It's a bit weird at times.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, and you guys don't have miniatures, do you? So that's one thing that I'm gonna have to add in now. Let me just grab. It'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you guys can pick kind of better ones afterwards, but I'm just throwing ones in that are kind of similar to what you might want. Yeah, they're basically just 2 at random. I'm just throwing on the page, and then we'll assign you to those, and then we can pick better ones.
Whoa,
Like,
-1.
Comrade, how come your initiative box looks different to everyone else's?
It's a
Nice.
macro.
It's a macro
Yeah.
probably about some feed. Is it alert? Or I think
No,
it's alert.
no, it's just a initiative macro. It adds it straight to the turn order clock. Yep. If you, I don't know how obviously it's been set up, but all I have to do is click onto my token and click the macro initiative, and it'll add me to the thing where you guys have rolled your initiative. You click on your token now and right click, and you'll have to add to turn order and then enter the number for your initiative.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Okay, everyone's got their miniatures on the page now. Yeah, everyone's got them, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Shit.
I'm not even looking at what they're rolling yet. I'm just rolling them all, and then I'll have a look.
I don't know if you guys are interested, but if you do want to play around with macros, the handout that's just called notes, if you've got access to it, I've copied stuff in if you wanted to copy and paste it and follow the instructions, if, of course, you want to use it. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Did the initiative order just disappear for everyone else? No, it just come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that was me. My bad.
Range and descend. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Wicked.
Would be if I could get mine in there.
Like so many characters, I can't find which ones.
You're over here. 1 second. This is you here.
Don't hesitate to like take the mouse and like select everything, and the one will be highlighted, etc. So
You'll only be able to move one.
Oh, 1 second.
If you click on the token, there'll be a little dot. Sorry, a little cog. If you click on the cog, you can actually select like a color hue to depict which one's which, if you want. If that makes it easier for you.
it's pretty weird because one
I'll put
has
the
my
nameplate
character
on.
name on it. Wait, which one is mine?
Wait, that's the wrong one.
Because
That's my fault.
Okay,
Give me
I
a
can
second.
move.
Yeah, my bad.
Or you can do it that way. Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Everyone got it?
Skeletons first, then I guess.
I just need to figure out how to add myself to initiative. figured that out yet.
You have to click on your
Token,
token and
right
then
click.
like your initiative, but I
Say add
I
to
still
turn
can't
order.
control two. Oh no, it's okay. I have one left. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think that works on a Mac somehow.
You can just get your character sheet up and click initiative, can't you?
Yeah, that's how I rolled my
The DM
initiative
can do it
initially.
as well. If the DM
Yeah.
clicks right click on the token, it'll say add to turn order, so you can do
It
it manually as
worked
well.
for me. So
Add to turn.
And then the only thing you'll have to do is actually add the number to the token that's represented in turn order.
Okie doke.
You don't have to do the descend again if you don't want to. You can literally just move them up, like up the queue, if you want to. I might change the option in my sheet to do the where is it? Dex.
So Mark, are you saying you can't roll initiative? Is that what's
No,
happening?
no, I can't add it after the fact. I mean, if I re-roll my initiative now,
Uh-huh.
it should add it. It should add it in without an issue.
I've got the same problem.
Okay.
I got a 3, so I know I'm going last.
Okay, you got 3. I think is that included in your initiative bonus?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
whatever your
it does
dex
it
is. Yeah.
automatic. Yeah.
A 3, yeah.
So I got
Oh
3, so
yeah,
I
I
know
see it.
I'm
Yeah.
last anyway.
I mean, do you want me to just re-roll
What did you get before? Can you remember what you got?
for the initiative? I got 11.14.
Okay, I can just add you to the 11.14.
Yeah, it always puts a point
Dex.
in there just for
just in case you have two
two people with the same initiative.
Yeah. I've just changed my settings to do that next time because it's always useful.
Okay,
That's it. That's one.
that's it.
Yeah, getting there.
Yeah. I'm still super new to
That's
this.
all right. That's cool. That's why we do this. That's why we do
Really?
it.
There we go. Everybody's got initiative.
Yeah. Wicked.
let's
Right.
get ready to rumble.
So we got this little skeleton boy at the back here. He's going first. This guy over here.
That's a Kent accent coming out. Skeleton boy.
Skeleton boy.
Boy.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious?
And he's gonna go do a short bow attack at the fuck. And he's gonna gain a little bit more ground.
Don't hesitate, guys, to switch to the ruler if you need to.
Yeah. I guess he's just gonna go straight all the way across to the big old dwarf over there.
Motherfucker.
So
Come bring it, little fucking shit.
he's gonna go short bow attack. 24, yeah, that hits. 9 damage.
Someone lives near an airplane, near an
Yeah, me,
airstrip.
sorry. Yeah, I'll take the 9.
Yeah, I've got it auto rolling damage as well,
Sure.
which is fine. Right, that's his turn, and then I've got this other little skeleton. 10.
No, sorry, that's not the 9 damage, mate. Sorry, if you click on short bow, it'll roll the
Oh,
damage.
right, it'll roll the damage. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they
Yeah, you're
they
right.
roll the
Yeah,
advantage
Which was
actually.
8 anyway. That's fine.
yeah, it was 8. It was pretty close.
Yeah, do
yeah.
they have advantage? What the fuck?
I
Oh, I
usually
think I've
use
got.
It was the first dice
roll.
anyway.
I
Yeah.
usually use the first roll, and then after advantage disadvantage is given, pick and choose.
Yeah, I did have it set to like request advantage, but I don't know why that's not switched on now.
Doesn't matter.
And then this one's gonna go short bow attack on Shannon. It's gonna go on you. Same again. We go for the first one, which is 20. That hits. And you take 7 piercing damage.
Who's that at?
That's at Shannon down there.
Okay.
Danny. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it in there. Right. Now it's Robert's turn, and it's just skipped his turn, but you might as well go.
Okay. So, I will run to as close as I can get to this. With my movement. I will swing with axe. Two-handed.
Two-handed. Eight. That's a miss.
Motherfucker.
Fuck, I hope I don't kill you all like 5 minutes into this game. Go! That it? You got any more movement, or is that it?
Just having a look, see what I have. No, I think I used my movement to get there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Okay, this guy's gonna.
Yeah, I don't have any other bonuses. That's fine.
These are clearly bony boys then.
I will actually.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I will actually cast as my bonus action.
Okay, yeah.
Which gives me 2 to my AC.
Okay. This guy's still gonna go for a short bow attack on you anyway. He's gonna hit you, I think. 24.
Oh, Jesus. Yes. Hit.
It's gonna be 4 piercing damage.
I will use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Make a dexterity save.
Alright. Who needs to make pretty much all of those in that area,
Yeah,
right?
it's only the one. It's the skeleton attack. So.
Right, okay. This one. Yeah. How do I make a dex save? Just click on his
Just
character
click on
sheet and
Dex. Yeah.
21.
Motherfucker.
Okay, that it?
Yep.
Okay. Marcus, your turn.
Okay. I'm Moradin, these bastard bloody bones. I'm gonna run across around the outside there. And I'm gonna bellow, but in Moradin's name I banish you, and I'm gonna cast. Come on, you bugger. I'm gonna channel divinity, turn undead.
Okay.
turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. You've got a wisdom saving throw.
Is that on a target or for all of them within a?
Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so that's pretty much all of these guys apart from the one up the top. Yeah. Okay, I might just make one wisdom saving throw for all of them.
You're
rather
cool,
than-
dude.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be here for fucking ages. Oh, we'll go for the first one. So that's 8. So they're all gonna turn. How far do they have to move?
Turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. Can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. Creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay. All right.
Looks like
I-
I'm giving chase.
That your whole turn?
Yeah, that'll do me.
Okie dokie. So we're going for this one here. Who's going to go 5, 10, 25, 30, 60. That's going to be his whole turn. And where's that guy? Oh, this guy. Same again. And same again with this one. All right. All right. It's Vix's turn.
So Vix is going to move slightly up a bit to get a bit more in range. To cast at first a ray of frost towards this one here skeleton,
Okay.
which does not hit. And then as a bonus action, I will summon my Shadow Blade.
Nice.
Don't mind the damage, I just wanted to pull up the text.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. That it?
Yep.
Okay.
The Shadow Blade is basically, Psylocke shit, but dark, pitch black.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. It's Valerie's turn.
Okay.
Yep. That's you. What you want to do?
Think. So I am going to vicious mockery on this skeleton here. It's within 6. Double check what it says. I think it was in 6. It said. Yeah, 60.
Yeah, that's right.
Vicious mockery on, and I am going to say, let me get it. Thou art like a tongue, ugly and venomous. And Shakespearean insults for the one.
Okay. Roll.
It needs to make what kind of a saving throw? A wisdom saving.
Okay.
And I
Which
think
one?
if it saves, it doesn't.
Okay, which one is it? This one. Or the closest one. This one. Six.
My spell save DC is 14.
Then that fails. So what does it take? Nice. 2.
Better than nothing.
I think you've dealt the most damage so far. Okay. So this skeleton is running. Using the dash action, so it's gonna go even further than that. Up here. That's his turn. And same with him. Yeah, they're just, apart from this guy that you just damaged, they are all running away. So now he's taken damage, he is immune from turn undead, right?
He's free from the effects of the spell. I don't know that he's immune from it,
Yeah. He's just not under the effects right now.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how many times I can channel divinity in between rests.
Is it not on the sheet? Oh no, it's not.
I mean,
sense, no.
It's kind of powerful, so I imagine it's got to be only once between rests.
I literally just had the cleric page up in the player's handbook, but I was looking at bard spells. So I don't know.
It's all right. I've got my own player's handbook here. Come on, cleric.
Anyway, he is going to definitely taking a run at you for that, and he's gonna make a shoot.
Disadvantage on the next attack roll until the end of its turn. I just read that.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Sorry, I just read that.
No, that's fine. So that's 19. So still good.
19. My
So
armor
what-
class is 19.
It
Okay,
hits.
so that hits. Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna do 6 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And now it's your turn again.
That's one that's just. Okay.
Wait, you skipped
what-
me?
Wait,
Yeah.
what
we have.
I'm sure we've skipped me.
Yeah.
Yes.
to
Do you want
go
to take? Yeah. Do you want to take your turn? Yeah, we did.
So, as
I think
walk up to-
I mistook your reaction for your
That's
turn.
fine.
I probably.
I'll walk up to the skeleton and I'll carefully place my hand on him and say, "Come now, let's all be friends." And I will cast Control Undead.
Okay. Do you have to make a save for that?
He does.
What is it?
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
So
Yeah, I was right. I need to have a short rest before I can channel that divinity again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he fails the
That's
throw.
what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, he fails.
And as my free action, I'll just say stand down.
Okay. He lowers his sword. Just lowers it to the ground. He's still holding it, but it's not pointing in anyone's direction. Now it is Mark's turn. How do you say your character's name?
Achilles Hendrik Mavodo,
Okay. It's his turn.
or
Achilles.
Ack for short.
Ack. That's easier. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It's the
your turn.
London version of Hack.
Ack.
Yeah. Let's see. So we've got one friendly. How long's the friendly last for? Doesn't matter.
24 hours.
Ah, right.
Or
He's,
or
lit-
until
he's literally my friend for the next 24 hours.
unless
Okay,
you
I'm
use
gonna.
channel divinity again. Oh,
Sorry?
this channel, unless you do it on somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna move around here, and have a quick look at my spell list. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, yeah, I did take that. Submit that. Oh shit! Why is it doing that? Didn't mean to cast Bane. Did mean to cast Word of Radiance, but I'd meant to move there. So
Okay.
Don't hesitate if you haven't been doing it, but your character sheet, you have a little button to make it pop out and as a second window.
yeah, that's what I've done. I had popped it out, but I'd forgotten about some bits and bobs.
Okay. What are you doing on it? Sorry.
I've just moved. I just moved there, and I was casting Word of Radiance. You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
Okay. What's the range on it? I'm assuming it's going to be everyone here. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the 5 of these.
Each creature of your choice that you can see within range. Range is actually only 5 feet.
Okay. So that's Constitution saving throw, you say?
Yes.
20.
I think they pass.
Yeah. Is it half on a failed save?
Doesn't. No. So 1d6 damage if failed.
There you go.
No, it doesn't say anything about damage on a pass. And I think it was only the one immediately in front of me that was in range.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because you could at least see those two. I'm not sure for this one or this one, but
The range
Seeing
is only
them-
5 foot, isn't it?
It's a very short range.
wait, how? Really?
What's the
What
spell?
rating?
This radiant word.
That word.
Word of radiance, sorry.
I used Word of Radiance in the past. It seemed so much bigger before.
That's on.
It's not in the player's handbook, is it? Since it's down the task guide, isn't it?
I have and the entire 5D&D one on my fingertips. I'm
Oh,
gonna find it.
I've got
It's
the
only
spell
5 foot
card.
range. Only 5 foot range. Yeah.
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 He passes, so does he take 1d6?
Constitution save or take 1d6 radiant damage. Doesn't say anything about saves, so that's fine.
Yeah, I assume there's no damage if it's a save. It's only a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I remember why I had it longer because I was a divine soul sorcerer.
Okay. Right. So this skeleton technically hasn't taken any damage, right?
That's correct.
So he's still turned undead.
Turn on that. I'm not sure if the attempted attack.
Has to hit.
Yeah, I would say it would have to hit, yeah. He'd have to cause him damage.
It's like concentration. essentially.
Yeah, if the creature fails its save, no, that's something else. Yeah, or until it takes any damage. A minute or
Yeah.
until it takes any damage. So no damage.
Okay,
No.
so he's just legged it off.
In fact, the fact I've come closer, they're all legging it a bit further as well.
Yeah, they've gone pretty far. Because they can only use the dash action, right? So they're just fucking caning it. 6 has taken damage. And seeing as you are the closest, Robert, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, but isn't he the
No,
friendly
he's
one?
my friendly one.
Oh,
dude. He's
you're
not gonna
right.
do
He is the
jack.
friendly one. Yeah. So yeah, he ain't doing nothing. Can you?
looking at me
Can you?
lovingly?
Yeah. Does he do anything, or can you tell him to?
I
Can you
can tell him
command him
to
on
do
his
stuff.
turn?
Yeah, I can tell him to do stuff.
That's up to you if you want him to do anything.
Sure. I'll just have him follow me.
Do the
That's fine.
spooky, scary skeleton dance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
He's just gonna follow you wherever you go
For now,
for the next 24 hours at least.
indeed.
Literally everywhere for the next 24 hours.
This is Simon. Meet Simon.
All right, Simon the skeleton is now your best friend. Vix, it's your turn.
Vix is gonna take a look at the big guy and decide to move around about here
Okie dokie.
to continue to blast
Nice.
the others. With razor fire again. Wow,
7. Oh man.
you are not helping me, Morgan. And as what can I take as a bonus action? Well, nothing. So here I am. Well, just
All right.
the point, the 2 feet, the bonus 2 feet I had left on my movement, isn't that? And then my turn.
Okay. Valerie's turn.
I can't figure out how to use the. Okay, got it. That will be it, I guess. I think.
Okay. You got any attacks or anything you want to put on him?
Not because
All right, we're calling it on your turn then.
I just call it.
Okay. We're gonna go. Another one's gonna move all the way up here.
They are booking it.
Yeah. This one again. That is already
Look,
way
dead end
far
though.
up here. Yeah. Yeah. Then they just have to use the dodge act. I didn't even
Shit,
realize
did
he was
they just
inside the
walk through a
building at this
wall?
point. So he can't.
Fuck.
No, no, that definitely did not happen. He's going this way, round the building. And that's Robert's turn again. And we're
Okay.
actually going to use your turn this time.
Yes. I have very little movement, but I will. I guess I'll say, okay, follow me, and then I'll get to as far as 25 feet will get me, which I'm hoping is about in melee, as I was there. I know you said your measurements were out, but I'm just hoping that that's enough. And I will swing with mighty axe, two-handed.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully, I will hit this time.
Yeah, that hits.
Silly question, but I assume that undead are immune to necrotic damage.
It doesn't say
Not
anything
all,
on their
no,
character
no.
sheet.
Not
No.
all undead are
You
immune
can
to
certainly
necrotic.
try.
I say, passion
They
take
are.
you.
No, they're not immune to necrotic damage. 14. That kills him.
And
He's
oh,
dead.
it does. Oh, he's just
Yeah.
about to add even more to that. But perhaps
just
not.
just literally just grabbed it with two hands, slice it along the top, cracks the skull, just shattering her bones on the ground.
Nice.
I'm gonna take him off the map just so that he's
You can
not in the
put
way.
yeah, if you know, you can put a big
Yeah.
cross through him. It's completely up to you.
I was gonna, but yeah, actually I might do that.
You can
I'll
keep
put a
track
little
of what you've killed then.
yeah, exactly. He is dead. Cross on him. He is dead.
Okay.
All right. Next up is your Simon,
Oh,
and he's just running right up to where you are,
yeah.
and he's just not doing anything, just hanging back.
Just following me like I
Yep.
asked him to. Good.
Yeah, and he is loving it. Right, axe turn.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle past Bony Boy
Yep.
to this other skeleton here, and I'm
Oh,
going to
good.
do. I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to try and hit him with my hammer.
All right, go for it.
Okay, cool. Dun, dun. Doing this one-handed.
That hits.
Okay,
Hey, people getting some hits in.
that should do 10 points of damage.
That does do 10 points of damage. He's looking pretty rough. He's lost some ribs. Um, not looking great. Some of his little bones will start to chip away. He is barely holding himself together at this point. This guy's fucking off around this corner, going up these stairs, up to the door, which is closed.
Action open door.
Yeah. Number one's turn, and where the fuck is he? Oh, the one you just attacked. Oh, he's attacking you right back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Seeing as he's not turned anymore. $19.
Yep.
6 piercing. Fucking
Okie
hell,
dokie.
these skeletons are more resilient than I thought. Oh, you guys just cut them all up, and that'd be combat over.
It's all luck of the dice.
Yeah. And that's his turn. So it's Vix's turn again.
Is there any room between the two guys?
Yeah, you could squeeze through there. Like I said, the scale's a little bit off.
There's
but
about a 5-foot
you-
gap between me and.
Yeah. You'd have to
I'm
slip
gonna
through the two.
go there and use my shadow blade. Oh shit!
No, that's okay.
No, oh,
That's your
it all
damage.
broke. Shit. No, it's just that it sort of counts like a melee weapon, so I supposed to do a melee weapon roll and it doesn't work. So shit, let's do a fucking melee weapon. And the damage is 2d8 psychic, so you can take the first roll, which
Yeah.
is 3 plus 1, but you
I
know.
love the Doctor Who gift.
Yeah, it was the only thing that came up with dagger, and I just had to, like, the master, the doctor.
So he takes 4 damage, and he is dead also.
The
So,
black blade sinks in between the bones to sap the energy.
yeah, which you would expect wouldn't hurt a skeleton, but apparently it does. You get right in between the rib bones, and it does just completely falls apart. So we're back to Valerie's turn.
The skill. He's still. So I'll do Vicious Mockery again because it's the only spell that I have that won't other around me while casting it. Yay. So,
Okay.
okay.
So you make a wisdom save.
Yep.
11.
11, 14, so it fails. And this time, I've got like a list of insults, so I just need to.
Okay, nice.
I don't know
I'll-
if it's me, but you're cutting up, Hobbit.
Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
So I'm going to yell, "Thou art the son and heir of a mongrel bitch," and then cast Vicious.
Nice.
Another.
There's 2
I
points of
suck at doing
damage.
I mean, he doesn't break the spell, so that's good.
Yeah, he takes what, 2 damage?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's still my friend.
Oh
it's
yeah,
okay.
he's still your friend. Yeah, I forgot he
still
was
okay.
he was Simon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
that's
not like
right.
it's not like a regular charm spell. He doesn't break if he gets attacked. It's fine.
I forgot about
He's
Simon,
still
I'm
my
sorry.
friend. It's okay. He needs to die soon.
Okay.
just
Looks
don't
like
wanna-
he died a while ago to me.
He's clearly undead.
I think the correct term these days is mortally challenged.
Yeah, living impaired.
Exactly.
Recently deceased syndrome.
Valerie, is that your turn? Are you using any movement?
That will be me.
Okie dokie. Then we're gonna go skeleton number 4, who is gonna go also up here. They're just gathering around at this dead end, all using the dodge action when they can, because that is all they can do. Number 2, same thing.
Yep.
Dodging. Robert, your turn.
Okay. Where are we? Movement. How far can I get? I can get. Perhaps there, near 3. I say, "Come, Simon, let's kill your old friends." And I move up. I don't have much else. But because I can't move any further unless I take a dodge, I will use another. I will go, "How about you pick on someone your own size?" And I grow to a large scale.
Hey. All right, that's cool.
So I'm now considered large.
Can we do increase your size?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do good.
You are now increased.
Yeah.
Increased.
You just see
Yeah.
this like dirty looking dwarf, white hair, just suddenly swell in size.
Yeah.
Roland dwarf syndrome sounds painful.
So Simon is also just not even paid attention to the fact that you are enormous
Yep.
and is just
He
following you blindly.
He should now be going as close as he can to kill his friends like requested.
Okay, as close to his friends as he can get.
Yep, and
So he's
attacking.
probably got another 10 feet.
Does
So
he have a bow?
he does have a short
He
bow.
can
So
make a bow attack.
okay, he's going to do it on this one here. He makes a short bow attack. 10. He misses. Of course, he
Oh.
misses.
I just
Can't hit for shit when he's on our side.
Yeah, yeah.
Simon, you can
Okay.
do better.
He was slightly distracted by your large size. Axe turn.
Okay, I'm gonna come charging up there. I think I've only got enough movement to sort of get there anyway. Because I only got 30 foot of movement.
I think that's about. Oh yeah, I think you were a couple of feet back from him because that was 25 foot for Robert. So yeah, that's going to be about 30 foot. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, could cast Radiant Bolt at them. I'm just burning through my spells.
Yeah.
Well, that's my plan because then I'm going to unleash an ancient black dragon and then TBK.
Yeah, an
will
ancient black
Yeah.
dragon at level 3. We'd be snacks.
Well, only
I
because
don't
you were
see
so
the
weak.
problem with this. I don't seem to fail. I seem to fail to see the point in the. Wait,
No,
I
I'm
was
not
gonna say
going. I'm
something
not
very
going to cast
clever,
the.
but I'm pretty tired. Right, let's go on.
I'm not going to cast a spell. I'm just going to be within range for the next turn.
Okay, doke. So all of these skeletons are using dodge, and we're going back to Vix's turn.
Vix
Yeah.
is going. What the F is that tree over there on my path? Well, I'm about 25.
Yeah, we'll say that it's the trees a little. I can move that, but it's a little. There you go. I moved
Whoa,
it. It's
it
in the
is not
building
moving. Fuck.
now.
Who cast the floating tree spell?
It was all just decorative anyway. It was only because I got so carried away. Like, oh, this
It's
is
a
all.
shambling bush.
Yeah.
Can I reach around the enormous dwarf to hit that one? with
Yeah, you
a
can.
melee-
It's okay,
can.
little lady.
You can go. You can go through the legs.
I
What's
don't think it
that?
hits.
An 8. No, that doesn't hit. So you go, but you do manage to miss Enormo Dwarf, luckily, but it also misses the skeleton. Just flies wide, it hits like a market stall in the side. And that goes back to Valerie's turn.
Two seconds, my computer's like crashed.
That happens. Roll 20 is pretty heavy.
Mm.
Yeah, I was worried mine was going to crash because it crashed like a million times. Just like putting all this together.
It's like refreshed itself.
Don't know.
Sorry.
That's okay. This guy down here, this dead guy on the map, is the like the lord of Kymel.
While we're waiting for that, just out of interest, would Robert have recognised him?
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone would know who he was, even if not seeing him before, just from the reaction he got from the crowd.
Cool.
Like you know, at least that he's pretty important, but not as important as skeletons in the sea.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. Okay.
That's okay.
Sounds like a really old retro 80s track. Skeletons in the city.
Oh yeah, some power metal ballad.
Is Lord What's His Face completely dead?
You have no idea.
Right. I know what I'm going to do then.
Am I able to get round, or is like the giant dwarf?
I think that between the giant dwarf and the other two, it's pretty much blocked in.
You should be
Okay,
still be
well-
able to pass through friendly, no?
Yeah, I've normally allowed it, so I'll allow if you've got the movement to get through, then
One-
you could squeeze past.
We can dance.
Yeah, I mean he's a pretty big dwarf, so he's pretty tall, so you could just like climb over a boat.
Want to actually, because I'm just gonna use fish. I don't want to hurt him. So like that. So let me. There. It's mockery again. So that's another wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie, which one? This one. Okay. 1.
Okay.
With advantage, it would have been 2.
Nice. So I shout, "Thou wholesome as a toad," and 30 out of 2.
Hey, that's It's an improvement.
Well, 3 on
Uh,
a D4 is pretty decent.
Yeah. Like he's not super soul destroyed by it, but he's a little bit like, huh, that's pretty evil. Uh, dodge, Robert.
Does
Oh no, he took damage, didn't he? Just then.
who?
The one that Valerie just tried to mock to death.
Hmm.
So he is gonna make a short bow attack
Okay.
on the giant dwarf.
Bring it. Just to reiterate, me using this spell is drop the concentration of my shield, so I'm back to 17.
Okay,
Oh,
good to
also,
know.
he's not back. So he's not that mattered.
Okay. There's yeah, it was 22 anyway. The 24 advantage.
Yeah, you got me. Just trying to see what the other.
Which was a natural 20 with advantage. Oh no, he had disadvantage, didn't he? So yeah, 22. So 22, and he does 5 points piercing damage. Then the others just dodge, and it's your turn.
Okay. 1 minute. Just making sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, how much damage was that again? Sorry.
5 points of damage.
Okay. I will step into place to melee, and I will round the back of the head swing with my my saw blade axe, two-handed. If I can get my sheet to work.
2 giant fucking hands.
Yeah. No, that's the wrong
Like
one.
Sim.
God. Two-handed, there forget. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so he gets this, and he also gets that on top.
He is dead.
And I say, as my free action, I guess, Simon, deal with your puny friends.
Okay, so that's a building. Simon is gonna attack this guy at the back. With his short sword. 10. He misses again.
Simon, you're such disappointment.
I mean, technically it wasn't Simon rolling it, but I don't think that really matters. Same. All right, Axe, your turn.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say
I'm actually gonna.
using only one character sheet can help you use multiple tokens. Usually, I don't know about these tokens because they are not the ones I usually use.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
way you don't.
They've all got the same character sheet. Yeah. It's just where my screen's really small. Just been like the window. I can't have the character sheet window up because I can't really see like anything else.
Okay. I'm actually gonna make my way back to see if Lord What's His Face is alive,
Okie doke.
or if there's a chance that I can save him.
Okay. Do you want to make a medicine check?
Yeah, we can do a medicine check. I'm not actually trained in this.
Okay, then it would just be wisdom, intelligence.
Well,
2 is still pretty good.
Yeah. 22 will do it. He is still alive, but he is in a pretty critical condition. He's got like a big, like the first thing you notice is just like the pool of blood in his chest. So you kind of like rip his super expensive like silk shirt open, and there is just like a huge gash in the middle that is looking pretty nasty, and he's bleeding out pretty fast.
right. That being the case, I'm going to use cure wounds on him,
Okie doke.
which is its touch and its number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus my spell casting ability modifier. So in that case, I think I use wisdom.
Uh huh.
So it's
Yeah.
1d8 plus 4.
Wait, when you drag and drop cure wounds from the compendium, don't you have cure wounds in your attacks thing so that it can like cure wounds is SRD, right?
Let me have a look in my spells. It should be there. Yeah, cure wounds. So did it cast? Don't think it cast.
It has levels, so you have to on
Select
on
which
something
level you
level.
want to cast it at. Should be a box in the middle of the
Yeah, I kept forgetting about that box.
Yeah, everyone does. I do.
Come on.
Okay, you see you place your hands down over the wound. You do see it start to close. He's in pretty bad state and he's not conscious, but it's definitely helped a little bit.
Oh, there's something not right here, man. Because if my wisdom bonus is 4,
That
how
means
is that?
you healed nothing.
How did I fail to roll 0 on a dice?
Thanks for that.
Rolling 1d8, yeah, it just comes up. Nothing.
So, what do you want me to do? Roll a dice or?
Your setup on your on that particular spell isn't right for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
roll the dice that it takes.
Yeah, just a D8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you heal 6.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, he's it's definitely kind of stopped the bleeding. And the wound begins to close, but he's still unconscious. He's still in a pretty bad state. But it's definitely helped him out for sure. I mean, he's a pretty fucking weak looking dude, so like 6 points.
Yeah, but he's a rich,
Yeah.
weak dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, he rich as fuck. That's your turn.
Yeah.
Skeleton's dodging, that skeleton's dead, that skeleton's dead. Vix, it's your turn.
How many skeleton are there still up? Basically,
There
2 that are
is
not friendly.
oh yeah. There is 2. Yeah, there's Simon and there's 2 skeletons. I'm gonna take this
This
skeleton off
guy
because
and
let
this
me.
guy.
I'm gonna go for this guy with my real frost and, cross my fingers.
Oh, just misses.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just misses.
I'm just going to go up there, squeeze myself, and frustratingly shake my shadow blade in front of him.
Okay,
It only counts as an actual action, but it's just not an attack. So I guess doesn't count as a bonus action.
yeah, sure. As your bonus action, you shake your shadow blade with absolute rage. Yeah, it's so angry it almost causes damage. But not quite. As Valerie's turn.
No, I did. I thought that I didn't mean to put that there.
I figured you didn't mean to do that.
I'm going to move here, and the skeleton that is closest, it is not Simon. I'm going to pull out my dagger and see if I can hit it. Buttons.
You going for a ranged attack? Or
Yeah, I'm going to try and hit it with my dagger.
okie doke.
Let's see.
Ah, man. These spooky boys are giving you the runaround.
Send in the giant dwarf.
It's not even
Yeah.
Halloween yet.
Oh, it's always Halloween.
No, it's only Halloween from the 1st of October to the 31st of October, with a special emphasis on the 31st of October for the actual activities. You prepare from the 1st of October to the 30th.
Oh no, it's a year-long event. Robert's
Yeah,
turn.
because then after the 30th of October, you've got the 1st of Christmas.
DM, I have a question.
What's that?
The side of the street, can I fit into this gap here?
Yeah, you could fit in there.
I'd like to try and flank this scrawny bastard.
Okie dokie. I will move this out of your way. So you would fit just down.
Yeah, I
like
squeezed my little
yeah.
torso, my tush
I mean, it would.
against the wall.
Yeah, it would be like here. So yeah, you would just about fit up against it.
Okay. Then I swing two-handed with my axe. Advantage. And he
Yeah,
also get.
the wall would be about here.
Okay.
So you just about fit.
He takes this and some more. Is he dead?
What was the attack for it?
So
8 or the
21 to
you-
attack because it's advantage.
Oh, you get advantage for being enlarged.
From flanking.
And he takes 1 point. Wait, wow, 9 points slashing damage.
And the additional 1 for my enlarged.
Okay, so he takes total
10 damage. And if he's
10
still
damage.
standing, then I would like
Ah.
to add some more damage with the Divine Smite.
Oh shit! I need to move out of the way to get to him. Okay, yeah, he's 10 points of damage. He is just barely standing.
He gets the divine smite damage then.
Oh, that
which
finishes
is-
him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna because you're cramped in there. I'm just gonna delete him off the map, just so he's not in the way anymore. But yeah, you crush him, and then when he's almost dead, you just put your hand out, big bit of light, just blast the shit out of him. He is dust.
Nice. Okay. My final word will be Simon. Your life is not worth living. Take it.
You want Simon to kill himself?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I am not sure, even with channel divinity, that you can actually do that.
It says obey. It doesn't say anything about.
How?
I mean, feel free if you want. You can make him roll or roll a wisdom save to see if he's smart enough not to obey, or do that as an action. It's up to you. You're the DM.
It just says that on a failed save, the target must obey the paladin's commands. I mean, it says it must obey his commands. It doesn't say anything about whether or not it kills itself.
Because I know with things like Charmed and Friends, like they're not allowed. They will follow instruction, but they won't do things to harm themselves. But there's no wording in it. But I would imagine it would depend on how smart the creature is. If you want,
Yeah, he's got a minus. He's got a -2 for intelligence. So we'll say that he is more than willing to kill himself.
Okay.
I would say, as a skeleton, yeah, he's probably gonna. I'm just gonna roll that out just for the damage.
As he does it, I'd be like, "You've been much help. Thank you."
Wait, isn't that the first time that Simon has hit something?
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
and it was himself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And it was a crit.
yeah, it was a crit. So he did what? 12, 17 points of damage on himself. And yeah, kills himself.
Cool. We have
Just
that
turns
against you.
to.
This joke is gonna be in the worst taste, but you gotta love Simon, right? So sorry.
I mean,
so sorry.
he's a pretty dedicated follower. Like, yeah,
He was good.
in a super like Jim Jones kind of way, he was really dedicated.
Robert just like puts his curled up index finger to the corner of his eye and brushes away.
Okay, Ak, it's your turn.
Okay. Whilst I'm still there, I'm gonna. He's still looking pretty bad, isn't he? So
I mean, he's his wound, the bleeding stopped, but he's unconscious.
right. I'm going to cure light wounds again. So as the macro's a bit shitty, I'll just do it manually.
Okay, yeah, the wound pretty much seals completely closed, and yeah, you're seeing a little bit of color return.
Cool.
You've for sure saved this guy's life, without a doubt.
Huzzah.
And that's gonna be it. Unless you want to take any movement, that's gonna be it.
No, I'm good. I'm keeping over him. I've just saved his life. I don't want somebody sneaking up and stabbing him.
A good shout. Okay, so skeletons. He's just using dodge, dead. Vix, it's your turn. Let's see if you can hit it this time.
Yay. Oh my god. That's it. I'm changing the Doctor Who GIF.
Oh man.
The master cursed me to forever miss.
Oh, for sure. And it pretty much looks exactly like that. It just flies right past him, hits that
Into
door.
the door.
Yeah. You
The
can.
skeleton's head whizzes round in a velvet coat.
Instead of just spinning the once like 90 degree, it just like keeps spinning until it
Yeah,
slowly
yeah.
stops.
All right,
Yeah.
Valerie, it's your turn.
Yeah,
Unless you got any
Valerie.
movement or anything you want to do,
No,
or
I'm
bonus
still,
actions.
I'm still gonna crown it, and I don't have any other kind of bonus actions except maybe dismissing the Shadow Blade, but I could need it. I don't know. Let's keep the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, keep it out for now. All right, Valerie, it's your turn.
Will I be able to fit into this little here beside
Oh yeah, you could fit in there for sure.
to move up there, and I shall also try and hit the skeleton dagger and see how it plays out.
Come on, let's get a crit. Hey, that hits.
Yay!
4-5. All right, he's looking. He's pretty shook by it, seeing as he thought. I guess he assumed that he was invincible at this point. And he's pretty enraged by it. His head still hasn't stopped spinning from the almost blade attack. Uh, yeah, he's pretty shook. Unless you've got any bonus actions you want to do.
Mm, I think that's it.
Okay, Robert. It's your turn, man.
Okay. Looks like you have it under control, ladies. But it needs to be finished. And I can't quite reach there too close, but I'll chuck a javelin. Reach to my back, and I just kind of one quick flick to the door. And I hope it hits. Oh shit.
Nice. So that's 20 points of damage. And that giant javelin just pins his skeleton body to the door. You can only assume the rest of the blade of the javelin is inside the tavern.
Yeah, if it's dead, I'd like to just have a quick walk over to it and just like leech it free from the door and place it back into my satchel.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Gee, that's pretty easy to do. And it seems like you've taken care of the skeleton problem. Many of the townsfolk have dispersed from the rest of the town. The ones that survived the attack, at least, were kind of led out by the town's guard while you guys dealt with the skeleton issue.
How long has it been?
I didn't keep track of how many turns it was, but probably just over a minute.
That's right. I guess I begin to revert to my normal, natural size.
Okie doke. You shrink back down to your
Typical
normal.
dwarf, the action's over, he starts to shrivel.
It's okay,
Yeah.
ladies. Plenty more action.
Okay.
It doesn't say that.
Okay. So that's the zombie issue taken care of. Yeah, Axe, as you're kind of looking over the gentleman you have laying on the ground. He's kind of drifting in and out of consciousness at this point. But you kind of wait with him for a minute just to see if he
If it's long enough, I guess we will make our way back to the body as well to establish what's gone on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you all kind of take a walk back over to where he was and look over this corpse. You definitely recognize him as let me get my notes up real quick because I've forgotten his name.
Is he all good, or he's just unconscious, or is he still like?
He's pretty unconscious. He's not bleeding out anymore.
He's not at risk.
But he's not conscious. You definitely recognize him as Jaktor Kristan.
Would Robert recognize if a lay on hands would do any good?
At this point, he's healed. He's just not conscious. Probably more to the fact that he's not kind of like
Shock.
resilient to fighting. Yeah, more shock than
Okay.
anything else. Yeah. But you wait around, just kind of looking over him, making sure that he's not like bleeding anywhere else or whatever. Um, but as you wait with him, a few minutes later, a few of the town's guard arrive, uh, back from kind of getting the townsfolk to safety. The kind of leader of the townsfolk approaches you. He's got all heavy armor, kind of bald head, beard, and just like an eye patch over his left eye. And he approaches and he says, he kind of approaches you all. He says, "Oh, thank you for looking after the Lord in our absence and taking care of this issue. I've no idea how this happened. This is crazy." Um,
Who'd likely want this man dead?
uh, I wouldn't dare say, but if you'd accompany us to the Lord's to his manor house, we could definitely have a look into it. Maybe talk to some of his council. Maybe they know something we don't know. We're just hired hands at this point.
Is this the first time that has happened? Not the assassination attempt, but undead rising attacking?
This is the first I've ever seen it. Here at least, it's the first I've ever seen it. I've seen a few things with my ears, but this is the first time I've ever seen undead in the city. First time I've ever seen an assassination attempt on our lord. He's normally a very well liked guy. The people love him. He doesn't really have any enemies outside of the city, so
Well,
I've got
clearly
no idea.
somebody doesn't love him.
Well, hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it. If you know, there may be a reward for the help you've done here. I know. Fuck, where's my fucking notes? Give me a second. Uh, oh, I know. Prudence is very fond of him. She's his hand. I'm sure she'd be willing to compensate any of the any damage you've taken, or just to thank you for keeping him safe.
Sure, okay, so we'll follow you back. You tell us more. We get reward. We get food. What else?
Well, find out if, you know, these tiny things are usually mere puppets. It could happen again,
Yes.
especially since the Lord is saved, which means that whoever wanted him dead would want to try again and see them dead again. Maybe reason.
Well, I hope not, but it's definitely a possibility at this point. We'd really have to speak to his council on who maybe if
I-
anybody's got it
is-
out for him. Or,
Is there
I
anyone
would
else
very
out in
much
the
like
street?
to.
there's no anyone that was there at the time, other than a few townsfolk that got caught by the skeletons when it all first kicked off. Other
Okay.
than that,
Okay.
everyone's got to
Clear.
safety. The town's guard took care of that.
Let's rush. We must make sure that no one sees him. We make out he's still dead. We hide him. We find out what we need to know. Others will come if they know he is alive.
Okay, that sounds like a fair plan. He
Sounds like a bloody good idea.
he extends his hands out to you, Robert. He says, the name's Hallion, Sir Hallion.
Robert Klaskovich.
A few of the town's guard pick up the body of Jack Tar and begin carrying him to through the city. Hallion leads you all to his estate. It's a large manor house next to the Maiden's Wish, the big casino in the center of town. You enter through the front doors of the estate. Hallion turns to you all and says, "Please take a seat." You're kind of standing in a large foyer. Has a big double staircase that leads to the second floor. Huge portraits of Jack Tor and what you can only assume are other members of his family. Ornamental statues, suits of armor, things like that on each side of the room. The town's guard carry his body upstairs. When they get upstairs, you hear a female voice, panicked. She's asking, what's happened? Is he alive? Is he okay? That kind of thing. And
Robert
you're
will
all
pipe up in that case and say, "At this point, my love, we do not know the situation. He is injured severely."
Vix will not, sit. She will stay. She will stay on her feet.
okay. At this point, does everyone, as you're kind of left there alone, as
Does
yeah,
is there anything in the room that Robert wouldn't be particularly familiar with? Something that he may not have come across or seen before?
oh yeah, it's a big kind of manor house, and it has a lot of like ornate items, things that are only used for decoration, like
I pick up
yeah,
the
like
nearest thing.
it's just like an ornamental like plate, those like silver plates that aren't really used for anything other than decoration. There's like one of those just sitting on the side.
Cool. I hold it.
Salve.
Give it a sniff.
At this point, you're all just kind of waiting in silence as various people kind of rush through the doors and up the stairs. They pay no attention to any of you. They just, a few people rush upstairs, clearly to the aid of the Lord of Kymel.
Does it look like anyone in particular, or just
like
wearing, like I don't know, does the clothing that they wear stand out from anyone else, or does it just?
it's a lot of like robes. They look to be like clerics of some sort, like of various faiths coming in.
Where is the take it? Where is was it the Lord's intended woman who was panicked? Whatever. Where is she?
On the second floor upstairs. You haven't seen her, but you could hear her. She was pretty loud.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah. You could hear her.
Is Hellion with us, or is he upstairs as well?
He went upstairs with the rest of his guard, but he comes back down after a few moments down the staircase and says, he's looking pretty rough, but we have all the best clerics and medicine men doing everything they can. You're welcome to leave or stay.
I want to walk up as close to Hallion as possible, semi-intimidating if possible, and I want to say, "How well do you trust the people in your home? We expected no one to know, other than who needs to know."
I've been here a long time. with Lord Jaktar, and I have no reason to believe that anybody here would want to hurt them. Everyone seems to love him.
Yet an
Well,
attempt was made on his life.
yes, and there needs to be an investigation about that. Don't you want to see the wannabe murderer bring to justice, or prevent any repeat of any assassination? Know where those undead things come from.
I assure you, we want all of those things, and we'll be looking into every avenue we can. But at the moment, our first priority is his safety and making sure that he is well looked after and well guarded while he regains his health.
That is understandable. I would very much like to be a part of this investigation.
If that's the case, then I will speak to Prudence and see if she will take you, and if the rest of your party would like to join, then all of you.
Party? We're having a party, everybody.
I see your grasp on the common language is very loose,
We
but I
are
mean,
not exactly a party. We just found ourselves in the same square, attacked by the same undead. That hardly counts us into a party of any kind.
Well, that
well,
may
I
be true,
apologize.
little one, but I believe we have common interest. I do would like to know who would make such an attempt with undead in my town.
At this point, you've all been there a while, kind of standing with each other before Hallion came down. Does everyone want to describe what they look like at this point? As I don't think everyone's done it.
Sure, I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
So you see an older, weathered, worn, stout look like dwarf, like male. His skin looks kind of dirty from masonry, dust, and grit. His hair, a white, wilted mohawk that's been pushed to one side, that's matched with a strong, medium length, full white beard. A large cross shaped scar dons the side of his skull behind his left temple, with a squint in his eye, wearing dark grey hooded cloak and chainmail. You see a dark metal battle axe made of a saw blade, and donned with like an octopus-like centerpiece, and a thick bladed longsword on his back. He stands with his arms crossed and a bag at his feet. One eyebrow raises as he looks at you all.
Well, Vix is pretty tall. She wears some kind of long frock coat, dark and black riding pants, knee-high boots, riding boots. Her shirt underneath the coat is buttoned up to the the very top of her neck. Her hair is dark, seems a bit oily, and the cut is uneven, as if it was chopped in a hurry. There are bangs falling all over her eyes. Her it obscures her features a bit, but the tip of her ears do show uh, sometimes when she puts her head in certain angles, and her features look way too fine to be that of a half elf.
Okay, my turn, I suppose. Ack is, as you look at him, you can see that he's wearing a full brown beard. He's in his sort of early 30s. He's very weathered. For he's wearing he's got a very utilitarian armor on underneath his robes of office. The robes of office are kept to the best of his ability, but uh, they definitely show the signs of the fact that he's been traveling for quite some time now. The edges of his beard are scorched, and as are as are what's left of his eyebrows, which seem to be in a process of continually being regrown. There's many scars, small scars, not massive ones, just small scarring across his cheekbones. The bridge of his nose looks like it's been broken a few times. At his side, he holds a long-handled hammer, and he's got various bits and pieces of weaponry tucked around him, but nothing too ultra. His shield bears the holy symbol of Moradin on it, and his hammer is also engraved in similar ways. He's looking very uncomfortable to be in these rather plush circumstances. It's not something he's used to in any way, shape, or form. He clearly used to leading a much more utilitarian lifestyle.
Okay.
And he's human.
Shannon, how is Valerie looking? Is she like
Yeah, my description before was kind of terrible. Sorry.
no. That's
So
fine.
It was cool. Just
basically,
remind us.
Yeah.
yeah. So Valerie has long black hair. It's really dark. She has blue eyes, and you can tell by the bags underneath that she's kind of constantly like kind of tired-ish. And she's obviously seen it a lot. She wears leather armor, and underneath that, her clothing is quite tight. And yeah, she has a look on her at almost all times for performing, and she carries a dagger and another weapon that I cannot remember the name of. And open up and a rapier. So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so you all stand with Hallion as you talk about this assassination attempt on Lord's I can't even remember um Lord Jack Tur's life. He says that he'll speak to Prudence about you all kind of um joining the investigation. So he makes his way upstairs, and he's up there not super long. He's up there a few minutes, and then he comes back down the stairs. He says, "Prudence will address you herself," and he stands to one side. And an older red-skinned tiefling woman descends the stairs. She wears long, dark grey robes with black floral kind of print on them. She has short, dark hair that sits between two kind of curled horns. And she looks to you all and says, "Are you the brave souls that killed those things? Do you wish to get to the bottom of this with me?"
Aye,
Brave,
it
I know
offends
not,
me when
but we did what needed to be done, and I am sure I am not alone in wanting to get to the bottom of this.
Okay, well, please follow me, all of you. And she leads you all up the stairs to the second floor. You kind of lamps that line the wood paneled walls. You pass various closed doors before reaching the end of a long corridor. And there's a big red wooden door at the end of this corridor. Prudence places one hand on the door handle before she stops to turn back to you all and says, I know it's obvious, but please be patient. He is very ill. And she turns the door handle and opens the door. As she opens it, it opens to a large round room. Open double door that leads to a balcony overlooking the street below is wide open as the evening breeze blows the long silk drapes into the room. Lord Jacta, conscious now, lays in a four-poster bed on the far side of the room. He attempts to sit up when he sees you, but yeah, doesn't quite have the strength to do it, and kind of coughs a little bit as he does. He isn't wearing a shirt, and he has various kind of herbs crushed into like a paste over the spot where the wound was. And he looks up at you all and says, "My apologies. I would stand to shake your hands, but he kind of points to the spot on his chest where you saw the blade come out. I hear you are the ones that took care of those things and saved my life, and for this I am eternally grateful. Uh, I have a small token of my appreciation to give to you all, which I have here. It's going to be in all of your journal in a second. There you go. It's in all of your journals. They kind of hand you a note. He says, "I'm. My apologies. Yeah. Yeah. Prudence kind of gives you. It's like a note. It's a folded piece of paper, a piece of parchment, and it has Jacto's kind of royal seal on it. He says it's not nearly enough, but the town doesn't have a lot to spare currently." He attempts to reach over to a glass of water beside the table and winces. Prudence rushes over and puts the glass to his lips. He looks at you all and says, "This attack is worrying. I feel the worst may happen if the perpetrator is not held accountable."
Who has any kind of reason to do this to you, Lord Jacto?
Well, I don't know about reason. I don't feel I caused any harm to anybody, but the only person we know with that may have the ability to do these type of things is named Marden. He is a town arcanist, and he lives in a small house in the near the center of the city.
Would I know of his name, DM?
Uh, no, you probably wouldn't. Like he's pretty just local to Kymel. He's not well traveled, and he's really only ever used on kind of advice on like arcane matters. He doesn't technically work for the council or anything, but he's definitely like a advisor.
With my time in the city and some of my potential abilities, would I have any reason to recognize the name?
You'd know the name just from the fact that he is in with the kind of council and stuff, but he's only really by name, just known as one of the higher ranking members of society within Kymel. The Jacto kind of gets Prudence to from the balcony in his estate. It kind of goes up. The city's built into the kind of base of a mountain, so his estate's kind of on a higher, more elevated area of the city. And it overlooks a lot of it, and she kind of points out the area where his house is to give you guys a good idea of where he is. Jacto says, You can clearly handle yourselves around these undead beings. If you could go and put him in chains, that would be a great help to me. I would send my own guards, but they insist on staying here to protect me at all times now.
Or perhaps it is something that could be rectified and just possibly in the morning. You know, after heavy battles, some of us have taken minor injuries and we need small rest to
Oh, that's more than reasonable. I would like this matter taken care of as immediately as possible. But if you are battle damaged, it would be unwise to go and take on such a man. Um, and I would be wrong to ask you to do that.
Perhaps one of your many rooms would cater for the four of us until morning, at least.
Please, you are more than welcome to take any of my many spare rooms I have in the castle. Whether you wish to share or a room for yourselves is totally fine. We'll have food brought to you, and you may spend the night. But I would very much like this matter dealt with as soon as possible, if you can have that done.
Sleepover.
Ugh.
That's the second time you've done that.
I'm sorry, would you rather sleep outside or in a comfy bed?
I'm quite content to take a bed. I've slept at the roadside more than enough times for the time being.
Indeed. Ladies, of course.
There's plenty of rooms. Everyone's welcome to take their own rooms. They're welcome to share with anyone they want.
I'm not
Like-
need to share. I
I'm
do
taking
have
a
one
solo room.
request.
Yes.
You have many clerics here. Would perhaps any of them have a Bible of sorts?
Who do you worship?
The change bringer.
I could have scripture from the Changebringer brought to you as soon as
That would
possible.
be very kind.
Okay, I'll Prudence will see to that herself. And she kind of nods at you and tries to hand him water again, and he kind of like pushes it away.
Well, one small question: Do you have a forge on site?
We not in my estate, no. In the city there is a forge, but not on my personal estate, no.
Okay.
Let's say we
Thank you.
deal with the issue quickly by morning. I am but new to city and my funds are limited. What would we be looking for in terms of payment?
You would most certainly be rewarded handsomely, far more handsomely than the humble offerings I give you now. I would happily pay you from my personal account to deal with this matter.
And if we find that this Maden is not responsible for the attempt on your life, who else would you possibly consider, if any?
Well, we'd have to start branching out our search to nearby cities. You know, Westrun, Amon, maybe Craghammer. They're the closest to where we are, but they are many miles. So I can only assume it's within the city.
Well, in the morning
I-
after we breakfast, perhaps we go and see if it's easy to consult with Maden and if he comes quietly. If not, would you rather we take him by force, dead
I
or
would
alive?
I would not recommend to waste time on breakfast.
What do you
Dawn
mean?
is for
Breakfast is most important meal of day.
Yes, sure. We can take our breakfast en route to our destination, but imagine that some person has attempted and failed to take the life of the local lord and is actually currently already planning an escape. I wouldn't put it past us, past the perpetrator to have actually disappeared tomorrow. I would actually try and summon the person right now using my powers of lordship, if I had any.
I don't like
But
this idea.
want to wait until the morning, and I respect this plan.
I would call upon my guards, but like I say, they will not leave my side currently. I don't command great armies. We have a population problem. Uh, food is scarce within the city. Um,
Then
this is a grave matter, but I just don't have the hands to get it done. Otherwise, I wouldn't call out strangers like yourselves to
then may
take this matter
I
on.
suggest to mm, let's say fighting companions that we actually apprehend the person right away rather than let the chance that this person is the actual perpetrator and has fled.
Sure, we could do
I
that.
mean, you
However,
guys,
I think that if perpetrator is Madden, he may be still believing that Jackdaw is already been murdered. So we have advantage, perhaps.
The word could have gone on the streets already that the Lord is not dead. After all, that's usually the first thing that is communicated in such circumstance. The Lord.
Prudence kind of says, she pipes up here in the conversation and says, "We have not made a public announcement on the state of our Lord's health currently.
Which
People
is
are
why.
eager to know, but currently we have not made a statement."
All right. Then it would be also wise for the perpetrator to not linger in the city where the crime has been committed as well. Therefore, my point stands, and we should apprehend the suspect right away, rather than wait until the morning and after breakfast.
Okay, has this counted as a short rest, the time we spent
Oh
mucking
yeah,
around here?
definitely. Yeah, you've definitely you can definitely count as rest by now.
Right. Well, let's see. I know I'm a bit wounded.
It's for me. It's my abilities. I've got no spell slots left.
And I've only got, I think I've only got one spell slot left.
We could go, but I do not think it is wise. But we could go and apprehend Madden. But he could
As
already
I,
be gone. That is one thing. He could be
yes,
gone
he
now. He
could.
could be gone by morning. But either way, you seem like
Okay,
you
is
know
it
what you're talking about, lady.
question to the DM? Is it what sort of time of day are we looking at?
You're getting quite on into the kind of early hours of the evening. So it's about 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay, I look out the window and I say, I don't know about you, but I don't particularly like my chances of taking on a possible necromancer as night is encroaching.
Night does not bother me.
D-
I
well,
have.
the fact that night empowers necromancers is a wild myth.
Either way, I am not torn by the darkness. It is more comfortable for me.
So, how many people would like to apprehend the suspect right away? Raise their hand. Vix raises her hand.
Fine, let's go to our deaths then.
Valerie, where do you stand?
See, people, don't we need to rest first? That's my only thought. Because don't some of us need, like, to, like, replenish spells and stuff?
That's the problem we're having at the minute. I think
Yeah,
whether
that's
to
why I rather decided to give you the opportunity to vote rather than force everyone. So,
so
Well,
where do the votes stand? Who's in? Who's out? Who's on for tonight? Who's on for the?
we're an even number.
Yeah.
I don't mind going with the majority, wherever everyone else thinks.
Robert will just like his head will shrink into his like shoulders and shrug and kind of. I like gumption. Let's go.
Okay, so you're going now.
It's not
Uh,
wise, but
Yeah.
if we die fighting.
It may not be wise for our health, but it is wise when it concerns the investigation. You do not let a suspect leave and abscond the night after an assassination attempt. Whether they did it or not, they need to be apprehended immediately.
Okay. Let's go and do this then.
Yeah.
Jackdaw
Let's go.
kind of claps his hands and he's like, "Well, this is great news. And I look forward to hearing to you coming back with him in with Marden in chains. I will have your reward ready upon your return."
There is small question. Do you have
Yes.
these chains? Huh.
Oh, of course. Yeah. He'll ask Prudence to go and collect a pair of shackles for you. And she leaves the room to go and get them. Takes her a few minutes, but she comes back with a pretty heavy set of shackles, kind of like manacles.
Hobbit, your avatar disappeared off roll 20. I think you need to F5 that shit.
Hmm?
Your
Crap.
avatar blacked out, so I think you might have troubles with roll 20 again.
Sorry, my laptop.
No, don't be. It happens.
That's okay. So you guys are gonna set off now.
Well, as we walk through the manor, is there any sort of anything that we see that maybe I don't know, some sort of any sort of potions or scrolls or anything that looks like it's painted with, or anything that might be useful for us, perhaps.
Make an investigation check.
Everyone?
Anyone who's like actively looking for anything that might help, then make an investigation check. If anyone who's just like, let's get out of here.
I will not do an investigation check. I will instead ask our hosts what else they can spare.
I think I'm lucky if I manage to find the door.
Oh yeah, you've got your eyes closed.
My whole roll 20 just closed 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
No worries.
That's okay.
Do I see anything with a 16?
16.
I mean, I'm not
You,
rummaging through cupboards. It's like along the way.
no. This is just stuff that's out on the side. Other than kind of like expensive glasses of wine and fine foods that are either like out on his bedside or on the desk in his room. There's nothing kind of arcane potions or scrolls like
No
out
worries.
on display.
Thought maybe a cleric might be stupid enough to leave something laying around. No, that's fine. Okay.
Vix, did you say you were asking? You were just going to straight up ask. Is that right? Yeah.
We lost her. She might be muted.
Yeah. That's okay.
No, no one's muted.
AFK.
Yeah, potentially.
That's okay. When she does ask, I mean, there is a lot of clerics bags around, and where there has been, and there still is a lot of like ongoing care for the Lord. So they will spare like one just regular potion of healing. They're obviously quite keen to keep as much of it for him as they
Sure.
can.
If we don't need it, we'll bring it back.
That sounds fair. is that it? We're all gonna make our way out.
I guess so. Just so you know, it's
I
25
think so.
past 10 our time.
If you guys want to call it there, we can call it there.
It would be interesting because I don't want to fall asleep in the middle of an interrogation.
Might be a good idea to just pull to stick a pin in it for now.
I
There.
guess if we're leaving to go somewhere else, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
'Cause,
Interesting.
Yeah.
No,
mean,
I
it
know
will
I could look it
definite-
up. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I know I'll look it up, but I'm lazy. But I'm pretty sure that long rests are required to replenish all my spell slots.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You're not a tiefling, are you?
No. I'm not a half elf either. So
Yeah. Same as me. I need full rest, long rest. Never mind.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, I can channel my divinity again. That only needs a short rest to restore.
So for the next session, we're waiting for Hobbit to get their schedule right.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Rule breaker.
I know, I can't believe I did that.
Congratulations.
All right, I
That's
did
all
it.
right.
All the rest of us who called in sick to get to play D&D.
I did it
Well-
today as well to plan this out. So
Well, I've actually been off work today, but I'm genuinely sick.
sure.
I've got no need to lie about it. I was scheduled to have. I'm always scheduled to have Tuesdays off generally.
I'm
Just
with
Tues-
especially today.
Well, Tuesdays is when I generally run my my scout group. Yes, I'm a scout leader. Dib.
Well,
Get the jokes out of the way.
Yeah, cool.
it's the same for me, except that I'm usually in another game from Roll20 with a professional DM that I'm currently not on because of budget reasons for MCM. But I'm pretty much like that group, and I want to get into it again eventually. So if we could avoid Tuesdays, so I can also be a druid,